It is the first Friday of February, which means, y'all, we made it. It is Bad Bunny weekend. And also January yarn wrap up. So, what has happened since the last time I talked to you all? We closed out January with 2 finished objects, which is great. I am wearing one of my slippers that I finished, and the other one I will have to insert a clip of because it was my sample knit that is on its way to its home. So Chevron Shenanigans that I finished knitting out of Dying Wishes Co. Slithering sock base in 5 different colors. And that was a super fun project, and hopefully she loves it. Okay, so these are the Woodland slippers, and I knit them, they're so pretty in the sunshine. I knit them out of Crow and Crescent worsted that I held double, and this is in the colorway Dark Woods. And I'm pretty pleased with how they turned out for my first try at like a fitted slipper that needs to stay on my foot. Yeah. So I've been wearing them, which is exciting. And then, okay, so that's finished objects. What came with me into February that I'm still working on? First, we have my couch projects. I should probably swivel. I feel like this light is sort of distracting. It's moving around the room. Okay, sorry. So first thing is my Scorpio countdown from Dying Wishes Yarn Co. that I am knitting into a Wally Breton by Fable Knitwear. And I have made some progress on this. I have actually split for the sleeves. So we are done with the super long rows that were taking me forever to get around. And we are on to the body of the sweater, which is very exciting. 2, 4, 6. I'm on stripe 7. I think I initially counted that there were 11 stripes in the pattern that seemed to coordinate with my size, so we'll see. I am working on this very slowly in the morning, about 3 rows at a time, so that continues. Okay, also continuing into February, so this is my traveling commuting project, although it's getting kind of big to do that with, is my Paul Klee. So we are working on the body of this as well. So it's kind of scrunched up onto a smaller needle, and the yoke really needs a block, but there is all the color work in the yoke, which I'm super excited about. And then we're just doing La Bien Ami Hoarfrost as the main color. And the goal is to finish knitting the body this weekend so that then I have like 3 weeks to focus on the sleeves, and then fingers crossed this is done by the end of February. We're just gonna have to see how that goes. I'm going to have extra free time on my weekends for the rest of this month for reasons that make me very sad, but that does mean I'll probably get more knitting done, so hopefully it means I can kind of catch up on this. I got a little bit behind because I was pushing to get Chevron Shenanigans done. So that is that one. New cast-ons. There is only one for this month, I have cast on the Shifty by Andrea Mowry, and I am knitting this in the skein and the stitch. I always want to put an extra the in her business name. An Advent in Wonderland, and this pattern is written for a light sport weight. I am using fingering weight yarn as I do. So is this what the texture is supposed to look like? Probably not. Do I care? No, because I like it anyways. So this is interesting because it's actually written for like one main color and 4, I want to say, contrast colors. But I am knitting this out of an Advent. So I am actually changing colors every approximately 12 rows. And we're gonna see how that goes. The way that I've laid out the colors is Jess divided her Advent up into 6 mood boards. And each of the mood boards had 4 colors. Now the whole thing through all the mood boards works as a fade. I have so many things that are fades, and I don't want every garment to be a fade. So, and this is supposed to have some contrast. So what I did was the first color from each mood board. So mood board 1, mood board 2, that's a pair of main color, contrast color. And then mood board 3 and mood board 4, the first colors of those, that's a pair. And then mood board 5 and mood board 6, the first color from those is a pair. And I just replicated that down the line. So the second color from each mood board, the third color from each mood board, the fourth color from each mood board. So I'm gonna end up with like kind of a fade, but also kind of stripes. I think it's gonna be super cool. It's not gonna look like the pattern looks probably at all. But I don't care. It's doing its own thing, and math says it will fit me, so we're just gonna go with that. So I'm very excited about this. This makes me happy. We are on yoke increases right now, and also it probably needs a slightly bigger cable, so it looks real squinched and tiny. But yeah, there's the texture into colors. So excited for that. Okay, we've moved again because the light is getting crazy. All right, so that brings us to the bin. What is in the bin right now? It hasn't changed that much. My Voyage cardigan is in here. We're going to try to finish sewing the ribbon onto it over my long weekend this month, which happens in a couple weeks, and then hopefully that becomes something I can wear without worrying about it constantly. The Bone Season socks are still in here, and Cozy McBlanket. Those are all like later projects. So that covers the bin. And then I have this like maybe extra project. So I was wearing my Ansadora shawl, and my barista saw it, and at this point the baristas know that I knit, and she was like, "That's so pretty, I would love to have one of those," and kind of like, "Would you make me one? I would pay you." First of all, I don't knit things for sale. I've done 1 or 2 commissions, but like really small things, because the yarn I want to work with that makes me happy is not the most affordable for everyone. It has a higher price point because I'm tending to use indie dyed things and bases that I really like the feeling of. So that's a choice that I can make, and it's not necessarily a choice that everyone could make. Second of all, like, if I was going to do it, I would do it as a present. And my heart sort of just said yes, like immediately. And like I immediately thought of a skein of yarn that I have when she told me what her favorite colors were. So I've not promised anything. I was like, I cannot promise you anything. But like, my heart kind of said, like, do it. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. But I have pulled a few things from my stash. So she said her favorite colors were purple and pink. And I have this really beautiful Sincere Fiber Co. Pi Day full skein that I just love. And there's some pink, more like corally in here, but really beautiful. And my brain immediately went, that's the main skein. And then I have pulled pinks out of my collection. These are not colors that I have a lot of. So I have BFF for Life from Explorer Knits and Fibers. Those are my Voyage cardigan. I have some Pantone Color of the Year leftovers that are in various pinky corals. And then I have a little bit of a Better World from Witchfire Fibers, which I use to make my love note. So we have pinks, and we have, can I do this? Purple. But this only gives me it gives me 6 contrast colors and a main color. I'm going to like set these aside in a special place, and then if I can find time to knit this, I will do so. But I think I need to collect a few more contrast colors to knit this with. So I might need to collect a few more things. I just really don't have pink.
Hilariously, I realized that I said that I don't really have pink and purple, except for really moody purples. And I am currently knitting with these colors in my Shifty. It is the pink and purple section, but I do have plans for all of this yarn, so I can't use it.
It's not my color. I have a few things that have pink in them. Oh, I know the other one I wanted. I also wanted this one, which is Tiny Dancer. So yeah, that fits. So that is 7. I feel like I need minimum 8. And right now, all of my contrasts are pink, and the main skein is very purple. So that kind of feels right. But yeah, I need to pick up one more. So maybe I'll go to the local yarn store, see if I can find something. Maybe one of these upcoming collections. It will give me an excuse to buy something. I don't know. This is just like my heart said yes.
Okay, when I was initially shooting footage for this, I totally forgot about my Princess Bride pinks that I still have. So I'm up to 9, which is kind of feeling like the right number. I know that 12 is easier to divide into 24, but this is kind of feeling right. And sometimes you speak something into the universe and the universe answers. And I feel like that's what my barista did. She just sort of like spoke something to the universe, and it's within my power to manifest it alongside her, and I kind of just want to. So we may knit this. This may be my next Ansadora.